Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sabak for Tuesday, 27th of April. Okay, just before we start, just to mention, as I've mentioned in the lesson, Sabak recently hasn't been as good as children can recite. Okay, before Ramadan, children were reciting at a really high level, really good level. However, during Ramadan, okay, people have become complacent and haven't actually been learning their sabak 10 times, let alone 13 times. In Ramadan, we're supposed to increase our recitation, and as I've mentioned, aim for 13 times, 12 or 13 times, but a lot of children aren't even reciting 10 times, and that actually shows in the lesson where sabak hasn't been recited to the standard you are actually capable of. So please put the effort in, be mindful of the tajweed rules. There's some very little and silly mistakes that people are making which can easily be avoided, okay? And it just needs a bit more attention and a bit more focus when you're learning and ensuring that you have learned it 12 or 13 times. Also, learn pray the sabak, so revise it and then pray the sabak to a parent or an adult, elder brother or sister before the lesson starts. And during the lesson, everybody must make sure that you are actually following the people who are reciting before you, okay? Parents, if the children are in the lesson on their own, do pop in, do sit with them as much as possible to ensure that they are following, and inshallah this will help them concentrate as much as possible throughout the lesson. Jazakallah. So everyone, let's have one last push. We've only got about 7 days left, so 3 days left for this week and 4 days next week. So 7 days left of madrasa before Eid, before we close for Ramadan. So let's have one final push and ensure that we are reciting our sabak as good as possible. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين آمنوا والذين هادوا والنصارى. Okay, so stop there. So إن الذين غنى and the noon with the tashdid. Count using your fingers. For those people who are usually mentioned to use your fingers, please use your fingers. 3 seconds count on your hands. So إن الذين, count the noon on your fingers for 3 seconds. آمنوا, noon واو ضمانو, stretch, واو with a sukun. والذين هادوا, again, da واو ضمانو, stretch the واو with a sukun. والنصارى, ra will be full mouth because there's something on top, and sa will also be full mouth. Okay, it's a full mouth letter. And one, again, there's a noon with a tashdid. Count the gunna using your fingers. Go back to والنصارى والنصارى والصابئين من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر. Okay, so stop there. So والنصارى, again do the gunna when you go back. والصابئين, صا full mouth. من آمن, man, after man there is an alif. Alif is a throat letter. Alif, hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghayn, kha. So therefore we don't do an ikhfa there. Man amana billahi, before Allah's name there's a ba which has a kasra. So because there's something underneath, it will be empty mouth. Billahi wal yawmil akhir. Okay, ra, take off the kasra, replace it with a sukoon. So now the ra has a sukoon because we're stopping on it. We look at the letter before. Okay, so the letter before has a kasra, therefore the ra will be empty mouth. Okay, now wal yawmil akhir, no, wal yawmil akhir. Okay, keep your tongue flat and widen your lips. وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا فَلَهُمْ أَجْرُهُمْ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. Okay, so go back to وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ وَعَمِلَ صَالِحًا, إِخْفَى, فَلَهُمْ. Lots of children are getting mixed up between an alif and a lam. Okay, so this is lam, فَلَهُمْ, not فَأَ. أجرهم, أجر, قلقلة on the jim, which is a قلقلة letter, and there's a sukun. أجرهم, circle your lips on the dhammas. عند ربهم, okay, إخفى, and ربهم, again circle your lips on the kasras. Sorry, not circle your lips, straighten the tongue and widen your lips. Moving on. ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. ولا خوف, خاء full mouth. ولا خوف, No ikhfa because there's an ayn. Ayn is a throat letter after the fa. So وَلَا خَوْفٌ عَلَيْهِمْ وَلَا هُمْ يَحْزَنُونَ. Okay, circle your lips on the dhammas. Last part. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ. Okay, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا خَاء full mouth, مِيثَاقَكُمْ قَاء full mouth, kum circle your lips, وَرَفَعْنَا no qalqala on the ayn, no وَرَفَعْنَا, no وَرَفَعْنَا فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورَ, qa and then kaf. So don't get confused between these two, qaf and then a kaf. And then طور, circle your lips, and the ra will be full mouth because we replaced the fatha with a sukoon. Now the ra has a sukoon, we look at the letter before which also has a sukoon, then we look at the letter before which is a ta. Ta has something on top, so therefore the ra will be full mouth. فَوْقَكُمُ الطُّورُ. Okay, and one more thing, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا, few children are making the into a qalqala. No, وَإِذَا, no, وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا. Okay, so avoid praying وَإِذَا أَخَذْنَا. Okay, so that's the end of our sabak. As I mentioned, please put the extra effort in. Let's have sabaks much better than we have been recently, and let's have a good end to Ramadan. So please place a mark there and try your best. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.